this is Zack Davis. As I said, Fit Plus MMA, Dartmouth, Nova Scotia. 1-0 in kickboxing. Probably going to keep this fight on the feet. But you talked about the local scene here. A lot of great fighters, means a lot of gym wars. That's how he's prepared.
Yeah, most definitely. He's going to be prepared, but he's also fighting Jon Steel, who's out of Summerside. And in his corner, he has Jason Sago, who is a former UFC vet and a long-time fighter as well. So both guys should be prepared, and I'm interested to see this battle for sure.
Now, this is under amateur rules, which means 3 3-minute rounds. It also means no strikes to the head on the ground and no twisting leg submissions, meaning no heel hooks, no toe holds, also no spinning kicks to the head. So we see a variety of exchanges on the ground. We're not worried about getting punched in the head. You can do a lot more.
Exactly, yeah. You should see a lot more jiu-jitsu and a lot more scrambling, not having to worry about that.
This first fight is contracting at a weight of 155 pounds and is an amateur bout. Introducing first, fighting out of Summerside, Prince Edward Island, making his debut. Let's hear it for Jon Steel. And in the red corner, representing Fit Plus Martial Arts in Dartmouth, Nova Scotia, he is also making his debut tonight. Let's hear it for Zack Davis! The referee will now give each fighter their instructions.
Hey guys, protect yourself at all times. Listen to my command at all times. If you want to shake hands, do it now and go back to your corners.
Zack Davis in the red, Jon Steel in the blue. Once again, amateur rules, 3 3-minute rounds. No strikes to the head on the ground, no heel hooks, no toe holds. Both guys making their amateur debuts.
Both guys look pretty eager here to get the night started.
And there they go. And already Zack Davis starting out very aggressively.
It's always interesting when it's your first fight and you're in a big crowd like this.
And a big part of it is controlling the nerves, and both guys look like they're trying to use the nerves early on in the round.
Definitely. Jon needs to get some space, I think, here.
Oh, nice right hook. That caught him over the top, and that staggered him. Zack Davis, though, not deterred, still pushing forward behind the 1-2. Man, neither one of these guys worried about defense right now, Chris.
No, both guys are definitely landing some really big shots back and forth right now.
I'm telling you right now, this is a pace they're going to have trouble keeping up for 3 rounds. They're fighting like it's a 1-round fight.
I mean, that's the thing when you get into these 3-minute rounds, you got to make them count because there's just not enough time sometimes to sit back on your heels.
Well, one thing is, if you fall behind in a 3-minute round, a lot of times there's not enough time to come back. If you lose early, a lot of times that round is done.
I agree, yes.
It's a big part of the reason I think Zack Davis being so aggressive early. Put in a couple minutes, you can ice the round early.
Yeah, definitely. He's shown right now that he's the aggressor and that he's pushing the pace.
So what would you do if you're Steel right now? You got a guy coming at you a lot. Is it about finding those countering opportunities or slowing the fight down?
Definitely slowing the fight down. I mean, he did have an opportunity where he landed a really big shot. But I think just getting some space right now, and even if he has to get on his heels just to kind of reset the pace a little bit to what he wants.
Zack Davis right now fighting with a lot of confidence. But every time either guy throws, the punches land. Not a lot of head movement, not a lot of footwork so far.
They're both finding each other's chin. But yes, you're right. They're just kind of standing in front of each other and willing to trade.
Now the difficulty is, if this goes to round 2, it's about who saved a little bit of gas, who isn't too arm-weary, because they're both throwing a lot of punches.
They're leaving it all out there right now. I mean, they're both guys, I think, are committing to trying to finish this in the first round.
But isn't that the way it works, Chris? Whenever you commit to the first round, there's always a second round, right?
Yeah. But, I mean, this is definitely part of the development for these guys, is learning and getting that ring experience of how to pace themselves. And
you can train it. You can do it with your friends. You can do it with your training partners in the gym. There's nothing like this. Even an amateur fight, the first one, there's nothing like the nerves.
Most definitely, yeah.
And you see every now and then Jon Steel in the blue getting the underhooks, trying to lean on Zack Davis a bit, trying to wear him down, but not able to hold the clinch. Only 10 seconds left.
Yeah, this was a very fast-paced first round.
But we will see the end of the first round. That means who has the gas for round number 2? That's an interesting question, Chris.
Yeah, and again, this is where the experience comes in. You know, you sit down on your stool and listen to your coaches and try to regain that breath. And, you know, the guys that can do that and the girls that can do that the best are going to recover best and be able to put it out for round 2. So let's see what we have here.
If you're scoring this one, it's scored on the 10-point must system, just like a professional MMA fight. Who would you give that first round to, you think, Chris?
That was tough. I think I'm going to have to give that to Zack Davis just based on the pressure that he was putting in there. Both guys landed some really good shots, but I think, you know, Davis was definitely more at home in that round than Steel was.
You know, the easiest thing to see in a round when it comes to judging is who's stepping forward and who's stepping back. Even if you're counter-punching effectively, usually the guy stepping forward gets the round, and Zack Davis stepped forward a lot in that first round.
Most definitely. The pressure is a big thing in fighting, and that's something that these guys will definitely learn.
Let's get it on in round 2. Zack Davis in the red, Jon Steel in the blue. Exciting first round, but who's got the gas for another 3-minute round? And they start just like they left off.
Well, it's always interesting to see the adjustments, you know, as, you know, when you hear your coach and you have that minute to rest and make the adjustments. But these guys are going at it just like they didn't stop.
Both guys have a lot of faith in their power punches. It's been the right hand for both fighters. Not a lot of setup, not a lot of hooks. It's been straight rights almost exclusively.
Davis has landed some really nice knees there in the clinch. Doing a lot of body work here, which is going to tire Jon Steel out even more, because the body work, you know, when a guy's tough upstairs, if you can land those body shots, it's the equalizer sometimes.
Especially in a fight when they've expended so much energy. Not a lot of gas. You can't take a full breath. Just takes a couple body shots to wear you down. Good left hook, but look at the hips. I always tell you, you know, you punch from the waist down, really turning their hips. A lot of arm punches in this fight. Those wear you out.
Yeah, definitely, because they're just using those muscles and not using their whole body, right? But these guys are very content to stand in the pocket right now.
If nothing else, Chris, both these guys have good chins. They're willing to take a shot to give one.
It looks like, I think it's Jon is bleeding a little there now.
Yep, blood out of the nose. See it running down to the beard, maybe checking a cut. Looks like they are. I think this is a break that both fighters wanted. It looks like it's right on the bridge of the nose.
Yeah, if they let this fight continue, which I think they probably will, this little break is probably going to give both guys the gas they need to just pick it up and start going at it hard again.
And it's on the bridge of the nose. She's looking at the hairline, though. Might be another cut there as well. Can't see it from this angle. Usually a cut on the bridge of the nose, if it's not that severe, shouldn't be a problem. You see the eyebrow? Oh. And they're calling it because of the eyebrow cut. It didn't look that bad to me, but remember, it's an amateur fight. They don't want to see anyone get hurt long term.
Yes, exactly. The amateur fights, they're going to tend to call it a little sooner. Just the safety of the fighters is paramount.
And it's going to be a TKO stoppage for Zack Davis in his amateur debut. What did we learn? High tempo, good aggression. The guy can take a shot. That's important.
Definitely.
Jon Steel obviously disappointed. Good thing about the amateurs is you can just get another one, pile up those rounds, pile up those minutes. That's what it's for.
It's all about the learning, and the amateur is something that I really wish that I would have had available when I started, was just the ability to get that ring experience and the crowd and the feel, the pressure.
Hey, I'm old. They didn't have this system at all when I was coming up. Your first fight was your first fight. That was it, man.
And at a weight class too heavy.
Ladies and gentlemen, the doctor has called a stoppage to this fight at 1 minute and 23 seconds of the second round, declaring your winner by technical knockout, Zack Davis. Zack, I'd like to get a quick moment with you. Congratulations on a successful amateur debut here at Fight League Atlantic. I know the cut stopped it, but the right body kick did a lot of the work. Tell us about your game plan coming in.
We knew that we had a game plan, was grind him out. I did my same thing in my Muay Thai fight. Right kicks to the body, put him down. TKO.
Nice job. There was a lot of action right at the beginning. Things started to slow down. Was conditioning an issue going into that second round?
I was just going my pace. He was coming down with me. I know how deep my gas tank is, and it's deep.
A great debut. Did a great job tonight. Listen to your trainer, Scott McLean. Let's hear it for Zack Davis, a successful mixed martial arts debut tonight at Fight League Atlantic.